In this lesson, we will wrap up our heroine's extremes. So we only have one more pose before we lock down each extreme. That's going to happen on frame 26. So we'll have her twist around here, and we'll have the sword also swing around and end up at her left side. So let's start with the center of gravity. Again, on frame 26, we'll just go ahead and twist her around a bit more. We'll also lean her over in the y-axis some. Okay, great. Now at this point, I'd like to fix her hips. So on 26, I'll just go ahead and open them up. Great. Now for the momentum to continue forward, we need to make sure that the center of gravity is brought down and forward. Let's go ahead and do that. So here's what we end up with when we scrub through. So now she settles into that last pose nicely. It doesn't just stop. Okay, great. I'll go ahead and check the front view, making sure we're good to go here. And then we can adjust the left knee. Since she has been brought forward, we need to also make sure that the ball of the foot, the right foot that is, rotates forward as well as it starts to pull away. Excellent. Let's go to the chest control. We'll have this rotate down a little bit more. We could also have that pull forward just slightly, not much at all. So I'll translate it forward. For her head, we can have her now look forward. And since that has rotated up, we'll also want the neck to be brought up slightly here. Great. Taking a look at the head now, making sure that we're satisfied with its movements as we scrub from 22 to 26. Kind of like how it rotates down and then comes back up on the last frame. That should look nice when we smooth out the animation. All right, let's go ahead and grab the left arm and we'll swing that around behind her. Might start by adjusting the elbow first. It'll make it easier to move the arm exactly where we want it to be. So I'll bring this behind her, and then we can go ahead and grab the left arm and have that swing around. Before, the pole vector was getting too close to the IK arm, so we were getting a bit of flipping. So a quick way to remedy that is to first move the polar up vector, and then go ahead and start to adjust the IK system. All right, so we're just having this left arm swing around. So after rotating the wrist, we can then move this arm in place. Great. And then we can go ahead and tweak the shoulder. So here, on 26, I might just go ahead and use transform to 0 to reset it, and then bring it back. Very nice. All right, that's cool. Let's see if we could push the silhouette here of this arm a bit more by bringing up the elbow. And then just to make sure it's not brought too far back, I'll go ahead and grab the arm control and just bring that away from her a little bit more. And now we could have the sword swing through. So what we'll do is start to scrub just to make sure that we know exactly how it should follow through when we get to 26. And now it is time to pose the arm. So let's go ahead and swing this around. We'll just go ahead and rotate it over. And I'll go ahead and rotate it up and over in the x-axis and y. I'll go to the elbow. It's not inside of her. Let's go ahead and bring that out. And then we can go ahead and start to rotate and angle the sword so that it's pointed up and behind her. Great. Let's go ahead and take a look at the elbow control. We want to bring that forward. Great. And that should also help bring back volume in the deltoid. Okay, so I'll start to just refine this some more. I think this is a great pose, and I don't think we have much to do here. Maybe bringing the arm up to strengthen this some, and then rotating the wrist down. I'll make sure that we don't have any twinning between the left arm and the orientation of the sword. Just want to break up that line of action there. We could do that by just spacing out the distance between the two. Great. So that looks nice. I might also go ahead and just bring that arm a bit more forward. I'm looking at the wrist right now, just making sure that it's comfortable. And I kind of like that, how the sword kind of swings back a bit more, so we start to tweak the wrist. Okay, great. So it's just a matter of posing to have something that you like, and I think we're just about there. I think we're actually there. I'm probably just, again, being too nitpicky. But I think that this will work. I'll go ahead and grab the right shoulder and bring that forward some, given the position of the arm. It is swung around, so need to make sure that that shoulder pulls a bit. And I think we are good to go. I think that looks very nice. So at this point, we could just double check and make sure she's balanced. It almost seems as if we can translate her a bit more over screen left. So I'll go in and grab the center of gravity, the arm controls, the elbows. Just go ahead and move her over a bit more. Not much. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and play this back now. Just go through, hit play. All right, so you can see that we have this pretty fast action to knock the villain to the floor. Very neat. All right, so again, once we like our poses, well, we can work on locking them down. Let's go ahead and grab all of her controls from her selection set. Go ahead and create a key. We'll just go through and make sure that each extreme has a keyframe. So after 22, can then move to frame 20, do the same. Frame 15. And 13. 6. And 0 should be fine. All right, beautiful. All right, so at this point, we may have these excess keys that we can go ahead and remove simply because they are not tied to the heroine, but rather the villain. It's just the way the file was was imported in, but no worries. I'm just going to go through and just remove all of these keys that don't do anything for us. Okay. I'll do the same thing for frame 19, just cleaning things up so we don't have much to clean up in our curve editor. Same thing for 21. I'll just go ahead and remove that. And we're left with a much cleaner track bar. Very nice. Okay, well, guess what? We have finished our extremes. So now it's time to work on our final step, which is to polish. And we'll start by working on the villainess.